Welcome to another video brought to you by Parts Direct to You. This will be to change the filter head and the water valve on a Whirlpool fridge. First we're going to remove the water filter, then we're going to remove the water cover. After you get the cover removed, go ahead and remove the head from the clip that's holding it in. Next, we're going to pull the fridge out. That we need to lower the legs. If your legs are not already adjusted, then you don't have to worry about that. So to do that, we need to take off the grill. There's 2 1/4-inch screws on each side. Remove the grill out of the way, and then work the legs. That with a socket. Bring them so they're all the way up. Even if the wheel's on the ground, you can bring them all the way up so you don't have to worry about them touching your floor. And do the same to both sides. To get them all the way up, pull the refrigerator out. Then we will turn the water off and unplug the refrigerator. We'll then disconnect the water line from the wall where it meets the refrigerator. 2 sets of crescent wrenches or crescent wrench and channel locks. Once you get the water line off, disconnect. You need to take off the screws, hold it back on, and the water line's on. There are little clamps that hold the water lines in place. There's a 1/4-inch screw that holds it in place. Now to remove this water line, you're going to depress the little circle on the water valve and then pull up on the water. This particular machine, it would not come out. I'm going to remove all the screws off the back to access the water valve. It's 1/4-inch screws. There's also a 1/4-inch screw holding the water valve on itself. Like I said, you'll depress this and pull. Now it will come right out, but this particular valve would not budge. So what I end up doing later on is cutting it. So we remove the water lines from the ice maker and the water dispenser. You might want to have a towel down because you see a decent amount of water come out. probably going to have this water line off already, but this stubborn water line. The main water line coming in from the filter head. If it doesn't depress, you can try using a tool to depress the circle. Use pliers or open wrench. Normally these things don't give you trouble, but if they do, take some scissors, cut the line as close to the valve as you can. Remove the wire. If they get jammed, use some channel locks. Don't squeeze too tight when you pull. This is the old part, and you'll see it looks just like the new part. This is the new part here, identical. We're going to slide it in from the back, and there's a little slot that it slides down into, right there, and then a screw holds it in from the front. The wrench screw. Put that in to hold it in place while you attach the hoses. After you got the water valve on, you need to remove the old filter head. Push it through, go around, pull it. Once it's almost all out, you'll then go back to the back and move the foam piece that's holding it in and just pulls right. Careful not to let go so it doesn't drop. Go back around to the front, finish pulling it through. It should come right out. Now we'll install the water filter head. Just push the line straight. It shouldn't give you any trouble. Once you have them lined up, you push them all the way in and snap the filter head back into place. The right side goes in first and then snap the left side in. Nice and easy. Then go around to the back. Make sure those are pulled all the way through and straight. Then put the piece of styrofoam back in. Pull it down so it's tight, back into place. Hook the water line back up from the wall. Tighten it down, nice and tight. To get it tight, we're going to take the other line and push it into the valve. Now there's a black mark. You should see that push all the way. I'm going to hold the valve with one hand while pushing the water line from the other hand. After that, we'll need to reconnect the maker line and the water dispenser line. They feed underneath and they go up through a couple holes in the plastic. It's like a guide and a little tricky to get in. Once you get them through the guide, go ahead and push them into the valve. They'll push in between 1/4 and 1/2 inch. You'll feel them slide in. Go and push them nice and hard though to make sure you're in all the way. Go ahead and connect the wires. After you know you've got those water lines in all the way, I like to double check them for leaks. After you get the water, run the water, make sure there's not going to be any issues. I'll put that panel back on. We'll go around front, run water through it, gallon to 2 gallons, go around back to the back, make sure there's no leaks. After you go ahead and put the panel back on, and then we're going to go ahead and push the fridge back in, level the legs. When you level the legs, when you're done, these are even. If they're not, it means you didn't level it correctly. You need to go move one side up or the other, depending on which part is uneven. But if you have uneven doors, it's a very simple fix if they're not leveled properly. I'm going to take them so the wheels are up off the ground so the fridge will move when you open and close the doors. You're going to do both sides the same way. When you're done, you should be able to open the refrigerator doors and not on their own. Same with the fridge door. Then we'll put the wheel back on, put it in place, and then put 2 1/4-inch screws on, one on each side. And that'll be it. Thank you for watching.